Now, you can't make this up. While Gavin Newsom's on stage pushing this political stunt, Trump's ICE agents are outside turning it into a completely different kind of show. One Newsom never saw coming. Y'all, watch this.
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump, you think it's coincidental? No. Donald Trump and his minions, Tom Homan, tough guy, clearly decided, coincidentally or not, that this was a location to advance ICE arrests. And right outside.
Yeah, that's not just bad timing for Newsom. That's a calculated political gut punch. While he's trying to sell his election, response, act, the focus outside flips instantly, to ICE detaining people. This isn't just optics, it's strategy. And when I say it rattled them, just look at Newsom's face during all this, y'all.
A group of heavily armed Border Patrol agents descending on the streets of Little Tokyo in the heart of Los Angeles Thursday, an operation taking place just outside a political event with prominent Democrats, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, where they announced that California would fast-track redistricting to ensure more Democrats are elected to Congress in the midterms, which they said was in response to what Texas is trying to do with Republican members of Congress.
Donald Trump, you have poked the bear, and we will punch back. We have got to meet fire with fire.
The location and timing of the raid not going unnoticed.
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents.
From this angle, he looks panicky.
You think it's coincidental?
Agents apprehending at least one person before moving on.
The reason for our presence here in Los Angeles is to make, first off, Los Angeles a safer community.
Last month, a federal judge temporarily barring DHS from arresting undocumented people solely on the basis of factors like race in 7 counties, including Los Angeles. The Trump administration now asking the Supreme Court to lift those restrictions. Democrats condemning the administration's tactics as intimidation.
There was no reason in the world for them to come here. Nothing to do with safety. In fact, this is the exact opposite of keeping our city safe. We do not need them here, and they had no business to come here and provoke this.
We have learned also of a death in a separate ICE operation, also here in Los Angeles County. A man city officials said was fleeing ICE agents raiding a Home Depot, reportedly fled the store on foot onto a highway, was hit by a vehicle and killed. Now, the Department of Homeland Security is weighing in. They're saying the victim was not being pursued by DHS law enforcement at the time, and they say they're not even aware that this incident happened until operations in the area had concluded.
Shout out to my subscribers. I remember reading the comments saying, he could have just took the self-deport route and $1,000, but yeah. And as far as Newsom, man, you quite literally, like I said, from that angle, you can see it, but also hear it in his voice. This wasn't some random coincidence. This was a message, a public one at that. And trust me, the crowd outside got the message loud and clear. Now, here's the news angle. This is how local media, tried to frame it, y'all.
Had no idea, to his point, right outside. This happened in Little Tokyo. Federal agents showed up for an ICE raid, claiming they had no idea that the governor was in town. We have Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards live there with the story tonight. Chelsea.
Yeah, it happened just feet behind me in this plaza, just feet away from where that gathering with the state's top officials was taking place, sparking a lot of outrage in this community, as well as accusations that it was no coincidence that ICE showed up here.
What's wrong with you? People working! Go arrest criminals!
ICE agents descend on a plaza in Little Tokyo, just outside a news conference packed with elected officials.
Right behind you, brother.
You guys are cowards!
A man delivering berries to a nearby tea house taken away in handcuffs, his van left on the street.
Well done.
Great.
We're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
Governor Gavin Newsom says that's nonsense, addressing the crowd from inside the event.
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump, you think it's coincidental?
There is no way this was a coincidence.
Outside, LA Mayor Karen Bass joined protesters and community members condemning the ICE operation.
This is a complete provocation. This has nothing to do with safety. In fact, this is the exact opposite of keeping our city safe.
He's demonizing and terrorizing our migrant communities. This needs to stop. This is fascism 100%, and it needs to be ended.
When ICE agents arrived, activist and community member Kimmy Maru immediately started warning people in the area.
Businesses all around Little Tokyo, many of the workers that are there are, undocumented or from other countries, Japanese as well as Latino. And so we've been doing Know Your Rights workshops with the workers as well as the business owners to let them know what their rights are.
After the arrest, friends and colleagues of the detained worker gathered around his van, trying to find answers.
We're just looking for info. We could maybe bail him out or just any info where he may be, just to get some, clarity and some peace to know where he's at least.
That produce van was left out on the street. It was later towed away. Again, city officials calling what happened here today provocation, but immigration officials are calling it public safety. Reporting live from Little Tokyo, I'm Chelsea Edwards, Fox 11
Now,
News.
So the Border Patrol sometimes will tell us afterwards that there was a specific person that they were targeting that maybe had a criminal history other than coming in here illegally. Do we know anything about this particular individual, if there was anything like that happening today?
We don't, but it certainly appeared that they were targeting this one particular individual, but no official information on what this was and how it came to be.
Now, let me go ahead and apologize for the overlaps and clips. Sometimes getting the point out from these different angles. Obviously, they got to get at different points and things of that nature, so they tend to overlap. But I want to say this. So depending on who you ask, this was either public safety or pure political theater. I'll let you guess which side California's leadership chose. But the day it didn't stop there. The tension outside, it quite literally boiled over, y'all.
Fuck you! Y'all fucking up the protocol.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Now, when you have anti-ICE protesters putting hands on agents, that's a direct escalation. And it's exactly the kind of footage that, there's going to be used to actually justify even more aggressive enforcement. And then there's this, y'all. A woman who's telling ICE, leaving her kids in the car, to confront armed federal agents.
Okay, stop. There's more than 100 ICE agents out right now. These are their cars. It's a line, it's a caravan. There's more than 50 of them. And they have, oh my God, they have just nothing but ICE agent soldiers. Shit, they're about to raid Little Tokyo. They're raiding Little Tokyo.
I need to protect them. Okay. Get out.
Fascist pigs! This is Little Tokyo! They're gonna shoot us? Are you fucking kidding me? You better stay away from me with that shit, you fucking pig. Get in the car. What? You need to learn how to drive, bro. Tell your workers to run! Everyone else is filming. Do you want me to tell them to get out their cars? guys are criminals.
Look, they being nice. You better go ahead and take the warning.
Get the fuck away from me.
Uh-oh.
Ice, la migra.
Migra! Migra! Ice is here!
Oh, no shoes on while she driving? Ain't that like a crime?
They took pictures of my car. I'm going to jail. Jeff, you need to learn how to drive. We gotta teach you how to drive, Jeff.
What you going in your trunk for? Federal agents.
ICE is here! They're in Little Tokyo! 100 ICE agents are in Little Tokyo! 100! They're in Little Tokyo! Help!
Help for what?
Get in the front seat, Jeff.
Sure.
Sorry, kitty.
No, this is just too much.
ICE operation we've ever seen. Close your doors. There's over 100 agents out there. If you have anyone in here that needs to be protected, lock your doors now. They just took 4 people. Little Tokyo, right there off the street. They just grabbed anybody. They got another person over there. That's 4. Sons of bitches. LAPD's fucking helping them. They took pictures of our vehicle. Migra! Migra! Oh my God. And they're all the way down the corner and around the block. Around the block that way, there's fucking 50 vehicles. We're on Central and First. Central and First, this is not a drill. This is actually fucking happening on our fucking streets. And there's like so many of them. I can't do anything.
That's right.
If it was only 2 or 4, we could do something.
No. Like what?
This is fucking horrible. God help Los Angeles. Central and First share this.
Now, I don't care where you stand on immigration. Leaving your kids unattended while you go pick a fight with ICE is dangerous. Period. And I think that's all I have to say to that. Meanwhile, some people online turn the whole thing into comedy.
Had to send in one. So while Gavin Newsom was cooking today, good old Donnie had to send in 100 ICE agents into Little Tokyo in downtown Los Angeles. And do you know where they sent these icy cold agents? Directly into the area where Gavin Newsom was having his cooking event. Or should I call it barbecue? Now, while they were putting on this little show for the orange cartoon, do you know how many people they detained while they did this whole shenanigan? Just one. That's right, one. And do you want to know why they only got one person? Because the amazing residents of Los Angeles are not going to put up with this. We are not going to sit down. We are not going to shut up. And it was evident today while people drove around in their cars in downtown LA, letting everybody know that icy cold, frozen ice cubes were in the area. Go inside, lock your doors, and stay safe. 100 agents walking around in military-style outfits, and they got one bad guy. Ooh, so scared. I'm shaking. And while Gavin Newsom continued to cook in that crispy blue suit with that amazing full head of hair, Karen Bass, she started her own roast. And she said, "What the hell are you guys doing?" She was on the news today, and
Looked
her
like a roast.
passion of disgust of the operation that ICE pulled was, can I say passionate? I mean, you tell him, Karen. I'm starting to love you too. Today, it was evident that Gavin Newsom is not afraid of chicken tacos, and he's definitely not afraid of any little bit of spice. But on a serious note, I couldn't be more proud to be a resident of the state of California. We are not going to put up with this toxic, unlawful behavior. So, hear, Gavin Newsom. Hear.
That's the divide right now. You know, one side laughs it off. The other side sees it probably as a serious problem. And then the allegations about how detainees are being treated. Boom.
Like they were just ready to like attack and chase.
Velez describes seeing unmarked cars and masked men in civilian clothing going after people.
And all I felt was that he grabbed and just slammed me to the floor. He said that I was interfering with what he was doing, so he was going to arrest me. And that's when I asked him to show me his badge number, his ID, identification. I asked him for like if he had a warrant. And he said I didn't need to know any of that.
Federal prosecutors say Velez stepped into an agent's path and extended one of her arms in an apparent effort to prevent him from apprehending a man he was chasing after. She spent 2 days in the detention center where she says she had nothing to drink for 24 hours.
And you have to buy utensils to eat. I think it's insane that this is all happening. I've never imagined that this would ever be occurring here in America.
You know, if even part of what she's saying is true, that's only going to add fuel to the fire. I'm over here getting hot, speaking of fire. But here's the bottom line, y'all. This wasn't just an ICE operation. This was a political chess move executed in broad daylight. And everyone, you know, that was there, they know it. Question is, did it backfire or did it land exactly how Trump wanted it? Y'all let me know in the comments. Until then, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. And quite literally, I'm not just saying that to say it. You could be saving somebody's life.